to show you guys how I'm going to cut my wig, my revamped wig, because I'm tired of hair sitting on my shoulders, so I want to go short for the month of June at least. I saw a technique on the Diva Curl, on a Diva Curl video on how to cut curly hair, a different technique than what most people use. And so I'm gonna try it on this hair and see how it works. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be a hot mess. This is the same kinky curly wig I've worn in the past, but I changed it up a little bit in the front so I could leave less hair out. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay, so it's on. As y'all can see, I don't like how the hair is actually falling. And for those who want to know, a lot of people keep asking me if I still make wigs. Yes, I do. I'm actually going to do an update video on that because I know I've been getting a lot of questions about the custom units that I make. So this one, I made it, it's not like a 3/4 wig. It's still a U shape, but it's a tiny, like the U shape is weird, okay? And then the hair is sewn in a way up front that it will stand up if I wanted to stand up to give volume like that, or I can still pull it back flat. So yeah, that's what I was so excited about on Facebook, for those who want to know. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut the hair because I added hair on the top. It's a little longer in the top than I want. I'm gonna make sure I don't cut my hair. Been there, done that. And I'm going to be using my hair cutting shears that I got from Sally's. And basically the technique that was in the Diva Curl video was you cut the hair dry in its resting state, because this is where the curls fall. So if you cut it wet and then when the hair dries and shrinks up, it might not fall right. So the technique they showed was to cut the hair dry, and you cut upward and at an angle. So I'm gonna give it a try. First thing, I wanna make sure I understand the shape that I want. I definitely want this hair off of my shoulders, but I also don't want this to be as long as it is either. So I'm going to actually start cutting from the top and work my way down in small sections. And when I cut from the top, I'm cutting to frame my face. You see, I already had a little short piece that was already there. So I'm going to try to go the same way. This is so odd. I mean, they were literally cutting like one curl at a time. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm actually cutting it really lightly. It's looking choppy now, but I have a feeling once I wet it, it's gonna kind of go, you know, it's gonna do what curls do. Okay, and when I get to the back, I'm not gonna cut it as short as I am in the front, because then it's gonna stick up. So I want it to still be balanced. And yes, I'm gonna cut the back too.
And I'm gonna go ahead and actually show you guys the entire process of me cutting the hair, just because I want you to see how I'm cutting it, the placement, how I'm cutting the back and the sides, and how it starts to form the shape that I want as I go along. So if you ever try something like this, you kind of know what to expect. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting the bottom. And as you can see, I am doing literally one curl at a time. And keep in mind that this is kinky curly hair. With a looser curl, it's probably going to be a lot easier to cut and get the shape that you want, and to pull out single curls and cut them. It'll take you a lot less time. And make sure you take your time with this. Always look and check to see how your hair is looking as you go. Use a second mirror if you need to, because you want to make sure that you're not cutting off too much. You want to make sure everything is even and balanced. And definitely want to make sure that the sides and the back all look similar, so that it's not lopsided or choppy. And after you kind of double check, see how it looks, you may need to go back and re-cut in some areas, and that's fine. I always say it's best to cut not enough than to cut too much. So that's why I say take your time, start off slowly, and work your way on up to cutting it as short as you like it. As you can see, the top layers in the back, I want them a little bit shorter so it can have some volume and movement. So I'm just pulling those forward to and from my face, and I'm going to cut those in the same manner so that they can fall a little bit shorter on the top. And I'm working from one side to the other just to make sure everything is even. So I'll do a little bit on one side, move over, and try to balance it out on the other side, and do some more on, and so on and so forth. And as you can see, the hair is starting to take shape now. And to help me cut the back, you see I'm leaning my head to the side and trying to let all the hair on the back fall to the side so I can see. And then I'm just trying to cut it so that it matches the same shape as the front. I'm finding that that's an easier way for me to cut the back as of now until I can figure out a better way where I can reach back and see what I'm doing at the same time. Also, make sure you check out the back, and I'm noticing that there are a few pieces in the back that are uneven. One side is longer than the other, and so I'm going to just go back and cut into that area. And I'll just double check again to see if it's okay. If not, then I'll go back and cut a little bit more. And you may need to do touch-ups here and there after, of course, washing the hair. Then you'll be able to see if you need to touch up any areas better. But that's it for the cut. So now I'm just, seeing how the hair moves. Gosh, I love this hair. The versatility of it's amazing. Excuse me while I mess around in the mirror a little bit. Playing around with some different styles for this particular unit that I am in love with right now.
So yeah, this is how much hair I cut off. Yeah, let that go. I hope y'all don't mind my little dancing straight. But let me know what you think of the unit. This is it's a new design that I did on this unit because I wanted to see how versatile it could be. Of course, with longer hair, of course, you can put it in a ponytail, but I cut it so you can't. But I'm like, wow. I really did outdo myself with something. But yeah, like I said, if you leave the edges out, well, I can leave my edges out and then pin it back and do like a funky little side style on either side. I can wear it with full bangs if I want to, like full curly with bangs. I probably want to cut this piece a little more if I did that. But yeah, bangs full like this or on either side. All the way back, side swoop. And that's all with just this one little swig of leave out. And like I said, if my braid pattern underneath was the way I really need it to be or want it to be, this, you see how it's slid back? It would be forward up here. And I could get away with leaving out even a little bit less hair. Like seriously, you see how much that is? I could leave out probably just a little tiny sliver. But because it blends so well, it kind of doesn't matter at this point. But just saying. Just saying. But yeah, Let me know what you guys think of the cut. That's what I really want to know, because this is my first time doing it like this. I don't advise any of you go out and try to just start cutting your hair like this, not like some really good hair. If you do want to try it, I suggest you try it on some cheaper hair. Like seriously, you can even go to the beauty supply and maybe try whatever the little cheapest hair they have is, or you know, get a little inexpensive half wig to experiment with before you go out all out and try to really start cutting into some good hair. Sorry y'all, I'm still cutting. I really wanted to look balanced and short up top. And these long pieces are irritating me. But let me know what you think of the cut. Let me know if there's anything you would change about the cut. Maybe offer some style suggestions, because I'm always open to style suggestions. I don't know what to do with it right now. But yeah, oh, and this is the hair, like I said, with no product. I'm always gonna do any cutting with no product on the hair. And yeah, love it. I'll let you guys know how it does over the weekend in the heat and all that good stuff. So, oh, I love this thing. How it moves. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.